my goodness, I realized what it means actually, and it made me even more sad than when I had the dream in the first place. It's very sad, but we already saw it coming, so moving on. But maybe that's why I wrote it, just to take it off my system and just it's my final goodbye, I guess.
Right on.
Yeah.
I can totally respect that.
Yeah.
Woo!
So I just logged onto the Facebook account that I use for dealing with my family and like real life coworkers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And there is a picture here from 8 years ago. And I swear I look older in that photo than I do now.
That's wild.
That is wild.
What the actual...
You signed your soul to the devil.
Dorian Gray.
Dorian Gray. That's your picture. That's your picture for Dorian.
Dorian Gray.
The older you get, the older you look in that picture.
I'm gonna share it.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you do.
I look freaking old there.
I don't think you look old there, but I also don't think you look old now.
I mean, I look a lot more yellow there.
That might be lighting.
Yeah. You know, the thing is that lighting will affect how you look. It will make you age sometimes.
Yeah.
So that could be the reason, maybe.
Could be a thing.
Could be. I just like had an existential crisis seeing that picture.
I'm gonna grab myself a drink. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm editing this shit.
I love how Doll is still over here being productive. It's kind of reminds me of when we go on the fanfics and chill streams and everyone just starts fucking around and I'm like, I wrote 2,000 words tonight. I don't know about you guys. I wrote 2,000 words of anime characters having sex.
Yep. But I mean, you see, you're super productive on the fanfics and chill streams, and I am not at all. But outside of the fanfics and chill streams, I'm updating like daily.
So we're the opposite because I only write fan fiction on the stream. I don't write fan fiction outside. I still read fan fiction outside of that, but I don't write it outside of that because I'm like, for me, writing is like, because I do writing professionally, I can't have it be my hobby outside of if it's like a fun, goofy thing I'm doing with my friends. Because otherwise it'll just fuck with me too much.
I'll be right back. It's a toilet break for me.
All right, awesome. Okay. Sako's back.
Yeah. So I mean, like, writing is literally my entire life because I write for work.
Yep.
I write for myself for my writerly career, and then I write for fun.
Yep.
So writing is literally my entire life.
That's like me in art.
Exactly.
Except I have like an author platform and also an artist platform.
I've just put everything into one platform. Originally, I was like, should I separate, like, if I write kids' books and make plushies and also decide to write, like, new adult romance? Like, should I separate these names? And then after a while, I was like, no. At first, I thought I should. And I thought it would be cool for, like, my romance writing to use, like, my real name as my pen name. Because that would be funny. Because most people don't use their real name as their pen name.
Mm-hmm.
Some people do.
It'd be cool, right? Because like my name that I go by for everything professionally is just Savy, like with nothing else. But like if I went by Savannah Inez, that's just like that's
a beautiful name.
That's like a beautiful romance writer name. So maybe I will go by that. I don't know, but I consider just doing it under one thing because like the biggest platform I have at this point is YouTube. Mm-hmm. That's where the majority of people who know of me come from.
Yeah, I write under Cass Voight. So, which is why I'm always like, hey, it's Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Voight. But, you know,
Yeah.
so.
I mean, Sage Gordon Davis is technically a pen name. It is also my professional and social name, but it's not my legal name.
Right.
So.
Same. I mean, well, Sako is part of my legal name.
Exactly. Yeah, I got your package just before Christmas, and I was like, "Who the hell is Heather?" Oh wait,
Wait, Sako's name is Heather?
sorry, Sako, I didn't mean to dox you.
You doxed me.
I know
I'm
what you told
sorry.
me was like it was a very typical name for when you were born. And my guess was Jennifer. And you were like, you're close.
You're
So I didn't
close.
know where to go with that. I was just like,
You're awfully close.
but Heather, okay.
I'm
that
really
Heather-
sorry.
Heather, Tiffany, and Jennifer were like that. Those three names.
You were born
the
in
most common.
82?
82.
82, nice.
Yeah, Katie.
Katie says, I made it for a second to do homework, but I wish you amazing people a wonderful day or night. The last stream was so great, made me happy. Katie, thank you so much for
You
your
made
support.
us happy.
I really
Yeah, you
appreciate
did.
it. Best of luck on getting your work done. You've got this.
You've got this, Katie. Thank you so
you
much.
got it. Yeah.
And we'll be here if you ever finish and you don't feel like sleeping.
Right. Also, yay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I take forever to do the toilet breaks, but yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll run a Twitter poll to see if I should use a pen name or not. We'll find out.
Pen name for what?
Because I want to put
I
out
like your pen name. I like your pen name for. I want to know the origin of your pen name for fanfic.
What, Heather Sinclair? Oh,
Yeah.
it's okay, so I started off writing Degrassi fan fiction on the streams, which I will come back to at some point. I still like to write those. But on Degrassi, right? Like, so Degrassi ran for like 30 years, and one of the most like fun, elusive characters is Heather Sinclair, who never shows up and is only ever referred to. And it's almost like an Easter egg. Like, Heather Sinclair is never a big deal. She never gets into anything, but it's like, if you just listen, like in Degrassi, if you watch it all the way through and you listen to characters' dialogue in the background of scenes, they're always like, oh my God, did you hear what Heather Sinclair did last night? Like, she's always the character who, like, she's always the source of the gossip, but she never appears on screen. And then her younger sister becomes a character in later seasons, but you never see Heather. No one ever knows what she looks like or anything. It's funny. So I just decided to make that my fan fiction name. I was like, I'll be Heather
That's
Sinclair.
perfect. I love it. Also, hi, Katerina.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey, Katerina.
We made a really cool character the other day, and we get to
Writing.
debut her at the thing.
Writing
Hi.
question.
Yeah.
Writing question, because I don't know much about writing craft and grammar yet. I'm learning though. Fragments. Are they bad or are they?
They are,
They're
I
fine
come
in
from a
context.
school where they're bad, but every once in a while they're okay.
Depends on the context. They're fine in dialogue.
Mm-hmm. Not in
It's a
narration.
stylistic thing. It
Not in-
depends. In genre fiction, I would say no. In literary fiction, you can get away with it.
Oh, really?
As a stylistic choice, yes.
Yeah, because I have a lot of fragments here.
There are a couple of fragments that I left alone because it seemed more like it was voice and less just, like ignorance of grammar. Right.
Right.
Like
But there are some I'm changing. I just want to know like the in and out of the process of like the correctness of fragments, or if why is it not correct. Now I agree with you with the buts and ends. I agree.
Buts and ands.
I agree. I'm changing that thing. But the
You can change
fragment,
but to however, comma.
or whatever else. I can just change to whatever other word I decide. I will reword that. But the thing with the fragments is I'm confused. Like, are they bad? Are they or like if they are bad, why? So I'm not just fixing things without learning here.
They are pieces of sentences, and the context isn't always there.
Gotcha.
So there's a couple of spots where you gotta like flesh it out just a
little bit. The great thing about
just a
this
couple
is that,
words.
yeah, exactly. It's under 1,000 words. It's like barely reaching 800. So I have 200. I have 200 more words to add if I need to, which I won't. But there is space to add things up, and it will still be a flash. So I'm happy that.
Yeah, I get this. Yeah.
People definitely do talk in fragments. I talk in fragments a lot. But also, going on what Sako was saying, a fragment is okay if you can get the context from the surrounding text. But if it's just a fragment that's sort of floating and not really doing anything, then you either need to flesh it out and make it a full sentence, or you need to cut it.
Correct. Yeah. But there are so many. So the thing about Dahl's writing is that it's concise.
Yeah.
So I'm concerned that if she were to cut the sentences, she would lose part of the story.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying you've got two options, and you need to consider what is the best.
Right. I was just like,
for that particular thing
in such a way.
Yeah, rewarding.
Maybe it makes a little more sense.
Yeah. I got the.
Also, I noticed you using. I also noticed you using European sentence structure.
Yes, sorry, it's my influence. I'm sorry.
So it's not wrong.
Just be aware
that that is not how Americans craft their sentences.
Yeah.
That is how Europeans craft their sentences.
Yeah.
This is my answer to this. Oi, perkele.
Yeah.
Concise and European style. Yeah, she's Finnish. Yeah.
So this is one of the things that I have to do for my day job, because some of my clients are American, some of them are British. So I have to be up on what is stylistically correct in America and what is stylistically correct in the UK. So I think the important thing is to know that neither is wrong.
It's just you got to be clearly British or clearly American.
You need to, and
not a freaking Frankenstein like me sometimes.
And exactly, so you what you need to do is you make your decision and you say up front, I'm going with UK style, or I'm going with US style.
I am clearly an American writer, and not because I'm American. That is just the language that I'm writing in.
Exactly. And I know I have a friend who is a British writer who has books that are in UK style, but has other books that are in US style. And it comes down to not only where he's publishing them, because obviously if you are publishing US, then you should US style. But it also comes down to what is the nationality of your main character or your main characters?
Right.
And where is the story set?
Right.
Because even if your main character is British, if the story is set in America, you want to use US style.
Yeah, that was the thing with Danger. It was like one of the characters is British, the other Icelandic, and the story was set in Iceland. It was clearly going to be European.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
Sage, what if the story is set in space? What do we do?
Then you need to decide what the predominant culture is.
Okay.
Make a decision and say, this is what I'm going with.
Okay. Good.
Executive decision.
So if you decide that, you don't even have to have an in-story reason for it. You as the author just need to decide, I am going with European style.
It's gonna be European because apparently that's what comes out of me. Even
Then
if I don't.
I would, yeah. So then, in your book Bible, one of the very first entries in your book Bible for yourself or your series Bible, if you're doing a series, needs to be European style.
Yeah.
Or US style or UK style or whatever, so that when you go to hand it off to an editor, you can say, this is the style sheet that I'm using.
So
This is
I'm
the
going to
set
make
of
it
rules that I'm
clear
following.
the feedback I gave you was from an American standpoint,
Mhm.
grammar-wise.
No, I get it. No, and trust me when I say it doesn't hurt. I'm just here to learn. It's like, oh, how can I fix this? So there is a sentence here that I'm thinking about because it's a long one, and I'm like, okay, I have to reword this.
You basically there's a couple of sentences where you start with a fragment, and then you have the full sentence on the inside, and then you have another fragment at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And
that needs rewording.
Just a rearranging of the stuff. That's it.
Yeah,
You okay, Savy?
What? Yeah, sorry. I'm just drinking and bopping around, and y'all are talking about writing.
Savy's just vibing.
My brain's just gone.
No, that sentence at the beginning. The thing with my writing is that at the beginning I always have the most problems, and once I pick up, and it's like, yay, she went with it. But at the beginning, it's always like, it's like
I noticed that.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have problems at the start, and the more I go on,
the
better
write,
it becomes.
the
Better it becomes. Yeah. It's like me learning Finnish. It's like all those long Finnish words, and it's like, what is that word again? And you start trying to say it, and you stumble, and then try again and stumble again until you finally get it, and you can say 3 lengthy words in a sentence, and it's fine.
Devin just joined my server.
Yay!
Awesome.
I feel special.
The other thing that I wanted to say is colloquial speech and idiomatic speech. For the most part, you want to limit to dialogue and not use in narration. However, it can be very impactful if you are doing a first-person piece to write the narration the way that the character would actually talk.
Oh, this is first person.
It is.
It can be. Not necessarily. It also depends on how, sprinkle it throughout. Don't overwhelm it. Think of it as adding pepper to your mashed potatoes.
I think your voice is strong enough in your writing that you don't need to add idioms.
I am talking generally, not specifically to Doll.
Yeah.
Right.
But that is, yeah.
Y'all, I'm gonna head out in a second. Oh, hey, Devin.
Hey.
I'm gonna head out in a second. It was good to be here.
It was good to see you. You look like you're ready for bed, sweetheart.
Yeah, I've been drinking a lot, and I'm just like, I got some meetings tomorrow, but it was good to hang with y'all, and I'll be excited to hang with you guys again. Hopefully on Friday with Savy's fanfic stream. That'll be fun. All right, bye, friends.
Bye, Savy.
I will be posting the link for that in the group message later today.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Yep, I am fixing that first part. That was a very long sentence about the car. When I was trying to describe that specific car, you left me
the polka dot car.
Yeah.
That one, I was like, start, stop.
Yes.
I'm like, that's a little janky. Let's try and streamline it a little bit.
So here's my rewarding of that whole thing. So one car in particular, was it Ladybug or Polka Dot? So questioning. I think it was pink. Period. It crashed me multiple times again. No, it crashed multiple times against me, pushing me closer closer and closer to the edge of the tracks.
Much better.
It's much better.
Much better.
Yeah, I just divided the sentence, and was it ladybug or polka dots? Because I don't know. I'm blind. I don't know. So it's much better that way, and it retains my rhymey alliterating thing that I was trying to do with that fragment of the story.
Just like you find your rhythm later. It's the rhythm that is what I'm tagging.
Yes.
Right. So once you find your rhythm, you're in a pretty good spot. But like that first chunk, that first section,
yes,
is like there's a lot of like
perkele, yes. There's a lot of perkele going on in
and it's a race car loop, right? So
yeah.
like
Yeah.
so you want it to be like fast and like there's action, shorter sentences and
shorter. Yeah, but I confused short sentences with fragments, and that was another of my mistakes there. So
indeed.
But I did it.
A lot of them is like the first one, it's like there's not many blah blah.
Yeah, there were. I because it's past tense, so it's like there were not many. Yeah.
And there was one spot that I spotted that was passive voice, but I couldn't think of a better word for
that one was on purpose because I didn't do this. I was pushed, like I was rushed forward. So it was not me. Something pushed me in, on.
So that would be how I would reword it, is something pushed me.
Okay. Right. Even though I was passive, it doesn't matter. Yeah. I don't know if
it's because you were passive that I would change it to something pushed me, just to make it active voice.
Yep, I can do that.
Or someone pushed me.
Yeah, someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone pushed me. Yeah, I'm just
as
working
opposed to I was pushed.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm delighted working on this thing. I'm so happy. This is like, because I
was happy to read it. Like,
I want this thing to shine.
And I loved that. I loved how clear the sections were. Like, it was.
Even though it's a dream that doesn't make any sense, it made sense as a narration.
Well, to have it like chunked off into parts really helped.
It definitely. Yeah. Oh, okay. My efforts were in there. Yeah. Getting rid of the fragments.
Getting rid of the fragments.
But in a good way.
Good.
In a good way. I'm so delighted. This thing, I can't wait to like read it along. Especially the last section, because the other two sections will be just silence or like ambient noise, and then in the last section there's going to be a song. I just can't wait to read it with the song in the background and see if it works, and how I'm going to read it to match it with the song in the background. I'm going to get a copyright thingy, but I don't give a shit. I'm going to put the name of the band. I'm going to put all the credits, like the song belongs to this band.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. The song belongs to Linkin Park. I'm just using it because it fits with my story. I'm just singing on top of it.
Okay.
It's they don't mind. They wouldn't mind. It's a fan tribute kind of thing. But but the thing is, like, I just can't wait to do that. The song, just to read it above the song. I get too excited. This is Dal without sleeping. Sorry. Cool. Dal without sleeping.
Yeah, there was. Where's the one where it was cool? Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, it's not that long. It's got to be right here somewhere.
What are you looking for?
There was a chunk of fragments that, like, it was done right.
Must be near the end. Because in the end, there were not so many comments.
Wrong as usual. We never agreed, whoever it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's voice. Like,
Yeah.
bloop. Oh, you're fine.
I am getting so distracted by my server.
Fine. It's perfectly fine. We're all doing something here. We're being productive.
We are currently having a discussion about Malik Ishtar and how he is crazy hot. Emphasis on the crazy.
Emphasis on the crazy.
It's a whole thing. I'm gonna put a link in the private chat. To some fan art that just is
bloop, bloop. Uh-oh, I'm looking at the name. That's super hot.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool.
We've also determined that Rio is also a 10 but doesn't know it. Where Malik is a 10 and 15 billion% knows it and owns it.
I'm a 9 and I don't see it. And I say 9 because I have a clear visual thing that it's not perfect. So I'm not a 10, I know it, but I'm a 9 and I still can't see it.
You're a 9.
Oh, doll, I love you.
I'm just joking. I'm just myself. I don't even know what number I might be, but it's precisely blindness. But whoever, I am myself.
I mean, excuse me, the BDE part of me says I'm like a 15. The normal sage part of me says I'm like at best a 7.
Same. I'm at best a 7. Or sometimes I feel like a 7. Sometimes I feel like a 10.
Oh, Katarina, no you.
Oh, Katarina, no you.
She says we're all 11s.
Oh, thank you, Audra.
Yes, like the stream.
And Audra is fading, so good night, Audra. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Lovely.
Well,
sleep well. Oh yeah, I need a hyphen. Don't forget the hyphen.
Oh, the glued thing.
Yeah, glued together. Yeah.
Glued together.
How are asteroids glued together? I don't understand my own dream.
It's up to you if you wanna, maybe they were clumped together, or maybe they, I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
Maybe glued together is a weird way of putting it.
Right. So clumped together instead. Yeah, maybe I was just with the wrong word. I didn't know how to say that.
Yeah, maybe.
So clumped together. I hope I'm spelling that right. It's CLUMP.
P. Clump.
Yeah, clumped together. Wait! I did it! It's clumped together after his hair because glued together. How do you glued together? It makes no freaking sense. Like, Dal, what are your dreams? What were you on? And I was not on anything.
Liminal.
Yeah. That's the name of the thing. It's called liminal void. Let me see where. Ooh, that one is no. That's a good comment. You like that?
That's a good comment. I'm like, ooh, love. Also love. Did I mention love?
Yeah. That was nice to see. I'm like, oh, look at that. And she likes it. It's good. And add a comma.
Yeah, I need to be better about doing that, about actually like highlighting sections that I really love and actually saying that. Because I tend to get so focused on the...
Me too. On the
you gotta say what needs fixing, but you also gotta say what they did right so that they can aim at doing that more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. I have got to get better at that.
I also get so stuck in the fix this phase that the same can happen to me when I'm critiquing. But I try like, no. What did you like? You liked something, right? You did. Yes.
You liked something, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be a total hard ass about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's also why, like, in your manuscript that I edited, I was like, this is not technically correct, but it's in dialogue.
Right.
So
right.
Let it through.
Yeah.
Because people don't speak grammatically correctly.
Right. Not always. Especially when they're not American.
Exactly. And that there are... and what is grammatically correct to an American is not necessarily grammatically correct to someone else. So
I do 1-to-1. If I say something good, then I say something they can fix. Like, I do 1-to-1.
Yeah.
I don't work to a specific ratio, but depending on the length of the thing that I'm giving feedback on.
Mm-hmm.
So for like when we do short story critique at my writers group, I will open my critique with something that I loved, then list all the things that I thought were not good or that I thought needed fixing or maybe reconsider that or whatever, and then end again with at least one more thing that I like.
Sure.
Praise sandwich. Yeah. Because the thing is, there's something called the primacy recency effect, which is basically that the human brain is best equipped to remember the first and the last. So not to negate the
actual meat of the conversation.
The actual meat of the conversation, but the person then is going to leave the conversation feeling like, you know what, actually that was good. Rather than coming out of it like, fuck, is it even worth it anymore?
Right, exactly.
Because when you're critiquing someone, you never want to discourage them from continuing.
Right. And it all depends on how they accept criticism.
It does, but there is a way to give constructive feedback without being a dick.
Yeah.
Basically. And that's one of the techniques to doing it, is use the primacy recency effect, sandwich your critique, make it so that the person being critiqued, and actually also remember that you're not critiquing the person, you're critiquing their work.
Correct.
So that they don't then walk away going, well, I'm a useless failure and I'm never going to write again.
And
because you don't know what their journey is.
One thing that I'm careful of when I edit people's work that's not mine is Like, I want it to be. I want the author's voice to be clear,
Yes.
and I don't want to edit that out.
Yeah. So that's also a thing, is you need to get a sense of what the author's voice and style is. And then you leave as much of that as possible. If there is something that is like so incorrect that it's going to bump the reader out, then you do need to address it. But again, we're going back to like the fragments and short sentences thing. That can be a stylistic voicing choice.
Sure.
So you need to look at the context of not just the fragment that you're looking at, but its context in
the paragraph. Yeah.
Well, not just in the paragraph, but also in the scene, in the chapter, and overall in the book. If you see that the writer has a very staccato kind of style, then it's not out of place for there to be fragments with proper context. But if the writer has a more sort of lyrical flowing style, then suddenly having fragments, unless it's like intentional to cause a break,
right,
it can bump the reader out. So you need to be thinking about the overall style of the piece as well.
It will always vary from story to story. Yeah.
Exactly.
I was talking about that in my video today. Well, yesterday already, but like, author voice versus character voice and how it changes. And I had to cut it, I had a longer recording. It was like half an hour long. I was like, I'm not gonna upload a half an hour. Fuck no. So I need to do this again, but just with 2 examples, and I'm gonna use just the character and then one with the author voice, which was this flash fiction, because this flash fiction doesn't have a character. It's me, or I am the nameless character. I don't know, but I mean, there's no clear character here, so. I use it as an example because it's just my voice as an author, I guess, versus when I do have a character that I have to think about. It's a person away from, a person outside of my own, and then it's different because I have to mold to the character and the lens from which the character will describe things.
Right.
Yeah.
Which
so
is
I was talking
my ability to storytell and role play both.
I cannot believe that I made a video about that. And do you guys think it would be a good idea to do a workshop on character voice?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. I'll because I had too many examples. So I didn't. I didn't. The thing with me is that my blindness shines when it comes to like my writing things, because I realize all the bad. And I don't realize the good things I have done until someone points it out, or when I go looking, when I finally decide to go looking for examples, it's like, I actually did a pretty decent job with that. And then I start to think, but I can share about that. But I can talk about that. And then I start realizing that I can make videos, which I didn't know I could. So I might actually do a workshop in character voice. Yay! Hopefully that will be a good one. Hopefully I can share. I might, but Sage, I might, perhaps I invite you in, because you are an editor and I'm not. So maybe both of you, I invite you to this. I don't know. We will see.
Okay, cool.
Woo.
Sorry, I am super distracted.
It is okay. It is okay.
It is Discord time.
I'm trying to decide if I want to crack open another cider, or do I get some tea and take my meds? I don't know.
That is a thing to think about.
That is a thing to think about.
Depends.
Yeah.
What do you have plans for tomorrow? Like, will you wake up early and all that stuff?
If I wake up early, it's because of my cat. He has been waking me up at 7 the last couple of days.
I did wonder why you had an early morning write-in.
Yeah.
And not that I'm
Artemis-
complaining. It was really helpful.
So Artemis to me is specifically female.
Yeah. But
Shannon, Shannon is another androgynous name.
Artemis has been adopted into popular culture as a gender-neutral name because of the Artemis Fowl books.
Ah.
Oh yeah, by Ian. What is his name again? Ian Colfer, yeah. He's good friends with Jonathan Stroud, so that's how I got to know it.
Gotcha.
Because Artemis in that is a boy's name. But, I mean, names are becoming less clearly defined as male or female.
So in the company that I model for, some girls take the name, like, there are girls named like Drake or James or Charles or Havoc.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm a big fan of gender neutral names.
I'm honored that my server made the cut.
Yes.
I'm honored.
Yeah,
we are glad to have you, Devon.
Yeah.
We are glad to have you.
I mean, Dal is it's a gender neutral name.
It is. Devon is also a gender neutral
name.
Devon
is also a gender neutral name.
Right.
And it's a lovely name.
It is a lovely name.
I heard that Cecile could be male or female, and I was like, it's mostly male, but it could be female. And depending on the spelling too. Depending on the spelling. I know I have the male spelling, but I don't care. I like the name as it is, and I was like, it's Zal Cecile. Some people just call me Cecile because it's more comfortable. It's they prefer it, and I'm like, cool, you can call me Cecile. It's nice.
Yeah, I call you Cecil.
Aw, Marco.
Hey, a stream with all the best author tubers. Oh, hey! Marco.
How's my little brother doing? He's like younger than me for like 4 months only, and I'm like, little brother.
My name almost wasn't Devon. My name almost wasn't Sako. Like, I get it.
My name isn't Sage.
My birth name sucks. I don't like it, so I don't use it.
Cecile or Cecil, or does it matter?
No, that's not my birth name.
No.
Sako was replying to a comment.
I was replying to a comment, yeah.
Yeah. I
want to know what the name almost was.
My birth name, which I hate, almost wasn't my birth name either, so not that it would have been any better with the name that I was supposed to have.
I love your birth name too.
So no, Adega, we don't.
Adega?
Hi, Adega. Long time no see.
Dude, this guy is the shit. I love Adega. When is he has a book coming out next month.
Katrina. See, I like the German spelling of names. I think they're prettier. So, like Katrina, like, has a nice ring to it to me. Especially if you've got that German R in it, Katrina.
Yeah, Katrina.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I think it's a good idea that soon I should sleep if I want to wake up early for the video thing that I do every day.
Oh, well, if you gotta roll out, like, I get it.
No, but I mean, first I'm finishing this Flash, and then I go to sleep.
Okay.
Then I'm just enjoying myself and hanging out here. But yes, I do sleep.
I was almost a Kathleen.
Yeah, Katarina, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is how it's supposed to be spelled. Yeah.
And I'm definitely not a Kathleen, so
And almost gave me a weird name. My parents removed the H, yeah. I like Moonbeam. Am I going to call you Moonbeam Cutting now? Moonbeam.
so I don't know if Katarina's last comment is going to come through because it was held on YouTube.
Oh.
But she says because Americans can't pronounce for shit,
Yeah.
which honestly,
yeah.
But at the same time, if
That's
you'll
why I showed
learn,
it to Sako and they still spell it wrong. Like they still say it wrong. They still spell it wrong. Like, okay.
yeah, but like honestly, if y'all can learn to say Tchaikovsky and Dostoevsky, you can learn to say Sako properly,
Right.
And Katrina. And honestly, like just get your heads out your asses.
I know, right? For reals.
Sorry, this is
Something you're
Sage.
passionate about.
Sage rants at the Americas Day.
Sage rage.
Sage rage.
Wasn't a fan of my name either when I was growing up. Decided to own it and make the best of it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't like your name because it sounds like a hockey player, and maybe you're not a hockey player, so maybe you just didn't like it.
Yeah. So I mean, I didn't like my name because my name is super femme, and I am super not.
Same. The only thing that's kind of feminine coming out of me is my long hair. And that's about it. That's the only feminine quality I have. Everything else, I am a freaking tough Beifong. I mean, please.
Oh.
So yeah, I was never going to gel with my birth name.
Me neither.
My first name, I was always mistaken for another person with my name.
Mm-hmm.
And I got into a lot of fights because of that.
Mm-hmm.
They would think I was a different Heather. Like, I'm not that Heather.
Is that your birth name?
It's my first name.
Yeah.
Wow.
I am Heather Fusako.
Mm-hmm.
That's wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to dox you earlier.
It's okay.
I didn't even think about it. It was out before it.
Yeah.
No, I don't say it. Also, it's late at night. No one is gonna. Nah, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can always take the stream down if you want.
No, but
Can I steal your name, Adega? The only reason why I go by Adega is because my name is extremely generic. Adega is an awesome name.
I like his name.
Adega is an awesome name. Yes.
I know your name. You told me. So
also, stealing. Yay. Stealing with an STEEL.
It is hella early, so or hella late.
Or hella
depending
late.
on how you look at it.
Yeah.
So
that was
my god, Devon.
That was my female stalker's name.
Denim.
You're a namesake with her.
That makes so much sense. And now I don't feel bad for saying that you are the eternal hive mind from the Denimverse.
Tom King. I would call you Tom King. I have a friend named John Stone.
I didn't know your surname was King. I did not know. Holy crap! You better than the Steven one.
I think that's great. I think it's like with a name like Tom King, like that is the whole name. Like it's just hyphenated. Like Tom King.
But I like Adega. Just keep
Oh,
it.
can I
I
steal
do
it from my
too.
story? Oh.
Yeah. So, fun fact, in Love and Bloom, in the first draft, my main male character's name was Glenn Kingworth. And then as I was editing, I realized I went to school with a guy named Glenn King, and I was like, I do not want him to think that I named this character after him. So maybe not.
Victor is now Ari. Yeah.
So now he's Glenn Sullivan instead.
I'm gonna
Why?
get another drink.
Oh god.
Woohoo! Get another drink.
Yeah.
I have a character in the second my second book, which is just a draft still, and it's unfinished, still unfinished. But there is a character named Orla, and then Orla appears, and I'm like, oh,
But Orla is a lovely name.
Yeah, but here I am, like what I've done, because Orla in my book is meant to be an antagonist. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Knowing Orla, she will be totally cool with that.
She is an antagonist. Like many of the characters that I put as antagonist, later on I will meet someone in real life who rather shares the name or shares a characteristic, like kind of looks similar, or is from the same, or is from the same culture, or speaks the same language, and or something, and I'm like, dude, I feel bad for writing these villains now. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm gonna say it. If you ever want to name a character after me or base a character on me, even if they're the most evil of evils, I am here for it.
I don't have any sage.
Maybe
but I
in
might.
future.
But I might. I mean, it could come in book 3. ... Oh no! I have a thing that with my Patreons, they're gonna get a name somewhere, even if it's minor. But their name will be somewhere in the book, or in the second or the third. But somewhere in that trilogy, there's already a Savy, because I changed a character's name and now she's Savy Monroe because I said so.
Nice.
There is so there is a character, her name is Georgina, but there is another character who never nails her name, never calls her Georgina, calls her Sabrina, Katrina, whatever. Carlina, and then Carlina, like BC Brown, like, so Carlina, there she is, Carlina. So there will be somewhere that I put the person's name, but this, in this particular case on Patreons, it will be on purpose, so like they know that their name is there. So yay.
I think Sage is okay with it.
I am totally okay with that. Honestly, I give blanket permission if anyone ever wants to name a character after me, base a character on me, write fan fiction about me, anything. Like, honestly,
The problem with
free reign, folks.
The problem with fan fiction about me was that the one who wanted to write fan fiction about me was my female stalker, and you can imagine what she wanted to do.
Yeah, that's a bit gross. That's why I'm always like, real person fan fiction is not cool unless the people that you're writing about have expressly given consent to.
Exactly. She was not taking my no. I was like, this isn't funny. And she's like, yeah, I mean, you inspired this character. Yeah, sure. Like, I didn't pick up on that already. Like, you think I'm stupid? And because she was asking me, or how does a blind person react to this kind of situation, or how does a blind person would handle this and this and that, and I was like, fuck you, no. She's writing a love story of her and me forever and ever. You get away from me.
Yeah.
So that was she's a bit, she doesn't take no for an answer. It's disgusting.
I'm just gonna say that spelling of Marco is my favorite.
Mm-hmm. It is lovely.
Forever with a K.
There is no
Mhm.
Marco in my stories yet, but hey, I write so many Finnish characters that you might show up at some point if you're okay with it. you you might show up some Marco guy, like like a Finnish dude who's like always goofing around. Yeah, so that might come up at some point. I'm the one who writes Finnish characters all over the place, so don't be surprised. There was already a Matti, there's already a Henry, there's already a Tukka, so there might be a Marco. Why not?
So I don't have anything Finnish, but I do have something Scandinavian on my shelf.
Yes, you do.
Mhm.
I was
You
just
do?
talking
I have
about them the other day on my stream in the morning.
I have a Nissa or a Tomte on my
Which are
my shelf.
basically the same thing, but not.
It's the same thing, just a different word because
Right.
Sorta, yeah.
yeah.
The
In
Nissa
Finnish-
is Danish and Norwegian, and the Tomte is Swedish, but it's
Yeah.
in Finnish,
basically the same thing.
in Finnish is Tontu. The
Yeah.
Tomte, yeah.
trolls,
Yeah.
the trolls that live under the house or something and
Mhm.
warm the sauna, and
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes,
They help you out.
I have my
Provided you're good.
Tomte or Nissa. His name is Torvald.
Hmm,
Yeah, that's
And,
good name.
Scandinavia. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
clearly Scandinavian there.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe it because I found it here. Found him here in a shop, in the next town over, like smack bang in the middle of South Africa. I mean, we don't particularly have a Scandinavian anything happening.
Yeah.
And I walked into the shop and I was like, "Yes, you are coming home with me."
Mhm.
You guys have a Dutch influence in South Africa, but I think that's a Dutch and maybe British,
Yeah, Dutch, British, Portuguese,
Portuguese.
Malay. Yeah,
Yeah,
a little bit of
yeah.
French as well. But not so much where I am. I'm in like a weird little British pocket
Mm-hmm.
with like there's one predominant family that has Swiss heritage.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of that coming through, but like the area, a lot of the places around here are named after places in Scotland. And in summer, you can drive through our national park, which is 30 k's from here, 45 k's from here, and you can drive through there, and it's like driving through Scotland. But yeah, I don't know where the Scandinavian thing came in, but I walked into the shop and I saw the full family of little Nissa, and I was like, yes, thank you very much. If you are willing to come home with me, I have a place for you.
Yay.
And I want to go back and get more, but ...
Yeah.
2020 ...
Yeah.
Because Torvald needs a family.
Torvald needs a family.
Also, I did not pick that name. He told me his name was Torvald.
Oh.
Oh.
Then he has awakened, and like I would like give him a little something.
Yeah. So,
And also never thank him. Never thank him,
okay.
because that will make him go away.
Okay.
So you could be like, here is some milk with some in a bowl, and also throw
I
it
have
out.
whiskey.
Do they drink whiskey?
I don't know.
I've only ever heard milk used.
Okay. That
for
was a
them
conversation starter.
specifically. For them, I'm just thinking. Sorry, for them, for Tomte specifically, like, or and Nissa.
Milk.
If it were a brownie, like they would. So like, I think of like David the gnome when I think of a Tomte. Like, that is what I think of.
Yeah.
If it were a brownie, then I would go ahead and feed it. I love it. Is it soap?
No, that's a candle. It's what came in the package you sent me.
Yes, it
was
is.
this.
Yep.
And this.
Yep. You can put the tea light in it, and it
Yeah,
casts
I have a battery operated tea light.
Nice.
Because if it sits on my shelf, I don't want to burn the shelf above it.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
And ow. I am not meant to bend that way.
That package came with some cool stuff.
And
the bag.
And the bag.
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
And witchy.
And the little lotus fake tattoo thing.
Yeah.
Which I haven't done yet. I'm waiting for the weather to be less gross.
Yeah.
And some vegan, organic, fair trade chocolate.
Which I thought was delicious.
Awesome.
I thought it was delicious.
And a piece of black kyanite.
Yes, and a piece of black kyanite.
Yes. So that's super cool.
Yeah.
So I had a fun time opening that on Christmas morning.
I typically have a package that is supposed to go to Megan.
Mm-hmm.
Melanie.
Mm-hmm.
Melanie. But I haven't made it to the post office yet. Because...
Yeah.
2021.
I haven't made it to the post office yet to post pronouns book that they won in my giveaway. I don't think
that they are butt hurting.
No, I spoke to them a while ago and I was like, look, the South African post office is kind of crazy right now. So I think what I might do is wait until things calm down a little bit and see if I can get a street address.
Mm-hmm.
And then just courier it.
Yeah.
That might be easier.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. That's a thing. And my mother-in-law, while I was opening the box, was like, what is a goddess provision? I'm like, I don't know, but Sako sent it to me, so it's going to be cool.
Mm-hmm. It is a goddess provision.
It is what it says on the box.
It is what it says right on the tin.
Yep. I completely forgot that I had this chocolate, so that is going to be a nice snack later today.
Yay!
Because I was like, I want some chocolate, but I don't really feel like walking.
Right.
And
I think I finished.
Now I don't have to.
You're finished.
I think. Would you like me to read it?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. I'm gonna stumble, of course, because it's my first time reading this thing.
Okay.
But okay, here we go. It's called Liminal Void, Part 1, Switching Paths. Confusion wrapped around me in that back and forth between spectator and competitor in a loop of racing space cars. There were not many sounds at first, but images paired up with intense sensations. The speed and the pressure, the heat of raging engines, the impact of side crash attacks. I felt it all. No car left the race unscathed. Then a flood of colors from then a, then a flood of colors from the cars around me, yellow and blue, purple and green. Mine was silver, just silver. One car in particular, was it Ladybug or Polka Dot? I think it was pink. It crashed multiple times against me, pushing me closer and closer to the edge of the tracks. I'm trying to remember other visual details, but I can't. Most of it was a fast moving blur. Whoever was inside that pink car wanted me out. I tried avoiding it, tried to speed it forward or stay behind. My efforts were in vain. They won. One final crash, and I fell into the abyss. That reminded me of a video game. My insides lurched as I fell, but it wasn't. I didn't finish yet. It wasn't game over yet. Sorry, the butt is still there. After a minute or so, I landed on a different path. The illuminated racetracks behind me, noisy engines flying past at a considerable distance. My car ran slowly and lonely along a racetrack made up of clumped together asteroids. It wasn't plain or straightforward. It had no safety fence on each side. It was just me. No, it was just my car and the rocks underneath. The further I got from the regular tracks, the darker it got for me. Barely illuminating a few yards ahead, my car drove deeper into the darkness. The giant rocks below gradually moved up and down as if I moved along the back of a giant space snake. An enormous space snake, sorry. Vertigo, uncertainty, fear, resilience. Driver or spectator didn't matter anymore. It was dark, that's all I know. Part 2. Sinking ship. The undulating movement of asteroids across the void shifted into a busy pier at dusk. Anchored boats moving up and down, dancing to the ocean's breath. People people waiting people waiting to board and sail away. Another race? I tried to find my boat, but I wasn't allowed one. You need a partner or two. I don't know who said this. I only needed to find my boat. I'll ride along. I'll ride alone, I said. Whenever I tried to board the nearest one, someone pulled me back. And again, not allowed to go. But why? I yelled. No one answered. The pier quaked, footsteps brushing hard against the wooden planks as the crowd walked back and forth. I did the same, walked back and forth from one end to the other, searching for a loaner so we could catch a boat and go. Vertigo shook me again, voices yelled and complained, and someone rushed me forward inside the nearest boat. I didn't see who'd pushed me or whom with I got stuck. Each of us had a cabin, a steering wheel, a headset, and a what? And a panel full of buttons I couldn't decode. Anchors raised, no wind and no sails. We had to pilot the boats. So unprepared I felt. So unprepared I felt. No voice at the other end. Truth be told, neither of us spoke. I was focused on deciphering the panel, learning on the go. Wrong, as usual. We never agreed, whoever this was. We steered the boat this way and that, shaking it to the core until it split in half. Slippery shoe soles, water in my thighs, water in my shoulders, water in my eyes. Part 3, Singing Void. And we're getting closer to the end, so don't worry. The void, again, so dark, no air. The ocean swallows me whole. A guitar sighs 3 descending notes, hesitates and sings eh, hesitates and sings a regretful 3 notes ascension, urging me to find the surface. I move without direction. It repeats 3 notes down, 3 notes up, following the anxious marching of the drum in its waltz like pulse. Residues of hope I could no longer hold abandon my mouth and nose. As the guitar sings, it's as the guitar sings melancholic tones. All the words I couldn't say, chilling water in my lungs and burning in my hands, thoughts and feelings in decay, sinking deep where I belong. My feet briefly touch the sand. My heart somehow still pumps. Now a voice that isn't mine sings and screams at the same time, wordless. I know the song. Despite no air, in my fading awareness, I sing along. I sing along this hurtful truth, all this anxiety because of you. Those who secretly want me to fail, those who smile at, and it's obvious, and it's oh so fake. He sings, I sing, and the burning gently fades. The little things give you away, I repeat a couple times. I sing till I'm not I sing till I'm not there. I'm alive, I'm awake, safe in bed, water in my eyes. Of course, when I record it, it will not be stumbled upon and it will not be, but that was my first rehearsal. You witnessed that thing. I will make the best quality possible for the audiobook anthology. But yes, that's what's coming for my anthology. You heard it here first.
That was lovely.
I wonder if I can share my
Space traffic, am I right? Yes. You always make me laugh, buddy. Thank you so much.
space traffic. Am I right? It was lovely. Thank you, doll.
Thank you. I'm happy that I can read it and rehearse and, because like whenever I'm going to record the short stories, whenever I have done it, I'm always shaking. It's like, I'm afraid of doing it all wrong. Yeah, so it's not as bad as I thought. It was just the first reading, which is never the best.
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely. I tried last night to like I'm practically falling asleep and trying to do the audio version of my Flash, and it was like not happening.
Mm-hmm. I have to rehearse this with the song in the background.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be right back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I will be right back. Do 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 do.
Sage, are you doing the anthology this time, Sage?
I'm planning on it. I just need to. I was going to do a new story, but I couldn't make it work. And then I realized that I have basically the opening of one of my upcoming projects that could work. I just need to tweak it ever so slightly. But I want to do that this weekend because I would really like to make it a full cast production, which means that I'm going to have to get the script to people for recording, like now.
That sounds good. I want to hear it. I'm excited.
So it's a gas lamp fantasy. I was working on it yesterday during Sarko's early morning writing sprints,
Mm-hmm.
and then Sarko mentioned that she was going to use White Bat Audio underneath the speech in her video. And I was like, "Ooh, White Bat Audio." Yeah. He's a content creator on YouTube who makes royalty-free and no copyright music. Yes.
Kind of like my friend over here, kind of like Code.ag.
Yes.
Right.
But so when I write, I usually have one of White Bat Audio's playlists going in the background. It's like dark synthwave, kind of cyberpunky, industrial-y kind of stuff, which is very me. But it's not appropriate for Gaslamp Fantasy, so I was trying to find royalty-free, no copyright music that would be appropriate for Gaslamp Fantasy.
What kind of mood are you looking for?
So it's kind of like Howl's Moving Castle.
Okay.
Kind of like Studio Ghibli, but on the darker end of that. So, yeah, I think I found something that'll work. I just want to double check the licensing on it.
Cool.
So, yeah.
I found
so
the
today
that I wanted, and today.
No, I'm just saying today I'm finishing up my articles that I owe my client, and then I'm going to work on the piece for the anthology, because tomorrow I have a crap load of transcription to do.
Oh.
I'm so happy this thing is finished, and it's thanks to Sako. I will put you in the credits of.
Oh, you don't gotta do that.
No, but you helped me. And when I get help for I did it with the past one as well, when Natalie Locke and my friend Amara, they both helped me with the beta reading for my previous one, and their names are in the credits in the description. So sure, I'll credit you for that.
So I had an itching to write something in second person.
Oh, yes.
And so I basically, I wrote 1,000 words, 1,066 words.
It's okay. In Orla's anthology, you can have 66 words more. It's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, you can have up to 100 words more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I just almost too much.
Yeah, as long as the recording itself comes in at under 15 minutes.
Oh yeah. Mine came in at 10.
There is a 10% leeway on the word count. I have the
checklist.
The checklist in front of me.
Oh, nice.
Because if I have a home printer, I may as well freaking use it.
Now that I edited and reworded.
Is there anything I should know about? Anything on the checklist I should know about?
1,000 words with 10% leeway, 15 minutes maximum length. Title should be AuthorTube Audiobook Anthology Volume 2, story title and genre.
Okay.
Make the video unlisted and send the link to Orla via Instagram.
Right.
Once she confirms that she's put it in the playlist, you can make it private and schedule it to go live for the time below, which for you will be 10 a.m. Eastern on Sunday the 24th.
Okay.
And there are social media hashtags that you can use if you're taking part.
Cool.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so I'll have to look at the checklist again for the title of the thing.
The final word count of my flash is 795. So all that stuff I read, not even 800 words.
Not even 800 words.
This is delicious, by the way.
That chocolate, isn't it? That fair trade.
It's amazing. It
Oh man,
It is
I love
absolutely delicious.
Yeah, pretty
chocolate.
good.
I want chocolate. I need chocolate.
And it's exactly what I need because it's coffee and cardamom.
Mhm.
So it's like wake you up. Like
Nice.
I thought it delicious. Yeah.
Nice.
it's really good. Thank you for sending it to me.
Yeah, no problem, babe. Should have sound effects. You can still have sound effects,
You
can't you?
can, or you can just leave it with your voice. Like you can do whatever the hell you want.
I have a like introduction, like Psycho Sacco Studios presents and welcomes you to Unnatural, a horror story. And then I have like a splash sound that comes in.
Yeah.
Just to kind of like ramp up the tone, and then I have a splash out and a closer. There is a playlist in the description for the rest of the anthology, etc., etc.
Yeah. I'm so stupid. I'm looking for futuristic car sounds. I want to have like sci-fi-ish things in the background for that particular section. Then
I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I'm looking for it, and I'm looking for harbor sounds, like harbor sounds, and then the last part is just Linkin Park. I know, I don't care. I don't.
They're gonna try and monetize on you, just so you know.
They can monetize on me. I don't care.
Okay.
I would just contact Mike Shinoda, like, hey Mike, do you mind?
Mind, yeah.
Do you mind? I'm just
Sometimes it's not even the band that you have to worry about.
It's a label. It's the label. But since he passed away, a lot of people are doing a lot of fan tributes and stuff.
I hope it'll be fine.
I hope it will, and it's not even the entire song. It's a piece of it. I will be singing on top, so I'm going to put something in the description that I don't own this song. I'm just singing a cover or whatever. But I want to sing that particular cover because that particular song is like a multi-layer of voices, and then in one ear you hear something, and then in the other ear you hear another part of the song. Like they are just like repeating on a loop, and they are just, the one is saying little things give you away, and the other one is like, all you've ever wanted was someone who truly look up to you, and it's just repeating. It's beautiful. I want to do this with my own voice, and there's a karaoke, so I'm gonna do it. Yes,
do it.
Yes. So it's delightful. Yeah, hope people will like this. I hope people will like this. I'm super excited. Super excited. I think I should sleep. Otherwise, I'm gonna be here wired and.
It's like 2:00 in the morning here. So
just before you go, doll, I'm putting a link in the private chat.
Right.
For a sound effects place that I use, free sound effects.
Yep, free sound effects.
And they've got all kinds of public places and drones and electrical and glitches and all sorts of things that could possibly do what you're looking for.
Do I have to create an account or something, or it's just a website?
I think you do have to create an account. You have to sign up with an email address, but I mean, you can always use a throwaway email address. So,
yeah, it's free sound effects. Yeah, it says like join. It says join now. I will.
Yeah. So that's what I used. That's where I got the typewriter effect that I use in the Ink and Sage podcast and various other things.
Various other things. I tried to layer sound in iMovie and it won't have it.
Oh, that's sad.
It won't have it. So I have to like fade out of one thing and then fade into another.
That's really sad and also really weird. You should be able to layer sound effects. Or
You would
You
think,
should.
but so far, I have not been able to do that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I'm going to give this to Mr. Sage before I eat the whole damn thing. So BRB.
Okay.
I am signing up for this website thing because
Okay.
I want sound effects.
Sound effects for the win. I
always
also
want.
do Pexels. I think it's just called pexels.com.
Yes.
And for like stock footage photography,
Mm-hmm.
like B-roll, like
Mm-hmm.
I find that super helpful. That's where I got the like bokeh like blur stuff that I used for the 5 minutes one.
Yeah, I use Pixabay. It has the same thing.
Pixabay, yeah. Pixabay is the same thing basically. I like both of those places.
Mm-hmm. And for stock photography, but not for stock footage, Unsplash is really good.
Yeah.
Yep, I think I registered.
Woo!
I'm like,
I'm kind of happy about getting these things,
mhm.
I'm excited, super excited. And luckily tomorrow's topic, that's why I said I'm going to stay up, I don't mind. Tomorrow's topic, I just have to talk about craft books that no one is talking about. So because everyone is busy with Save the Cat, I'm like, nope, I'm going to talk about other craft books.
Cool.
So I'm just going to talk about craft books. It's not something I have to think about too much. So even if I'm just like sleepy, like, well, today I'm going to talk about craft books.
Well,
Even
if you get a bowl, like I get it.
Yeah, I should because otherwise I'm not gonna wake up in time.
But it's awfully fun.
Yes, I'm super happy that I made it. Finally, I made it to one of Savvy's sleepovers.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
But I was very sad. I felt abandoned. I felt I felt very So yeah.
Well, we love you.
I'm thankful.
We love you.
Thank you guys. So I have to sleep. Otherwise,
Go get some rest.
yeah. Otherwise I will have my dad like, "Hey, what are you doing awake? Go to sleep now."
And we will watch your video in the morning.
Thank you.
Yep.
Night, guys.
Night.
All right.
Night.
Woo.
Woo!
Sage will stay with me.
I will stay with you.
Yay. You might have to
Although
switch to work.
probably not for too much longer.
No worries.
Because I do have client work that I need to get done.
Client work.
Because I gotta pay bills.
Paying bills.
Feed the doggo.
And feed the doggo.
Yeah. Because Doggo McDoggo deserves to be fed.
Yes. I am almost done working on my unnatural thing.
Woo!
I'm 6 minutes out of 9:15. 6:47 out of 9:15.
Awesome.
And I'm doing like occasional text.
Mm-hmm.
Just to like make certain points. But I'm not like doing like a whole dynamic thing. Dynamic topography thing. Oh. Hey, doggo. Ooh, bills.
Yes.
I now know how I'm going to get to the end from the middle.
That is excellent.
That's the hard part for me, is coming up with the ending. I'm just like, kill him.
Yeah.
No happy ending for you. Your happy ending
Kill
is
them all.
you died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I do not need to be on Pexels right now.
No, you don't. I tried to find video of like a child's feet over the side of a bed.
Mm-hmm. Nope, not happening.
Not happening. I can get like a grown man or a grown woman, but I can't get a child.
I mean,
The child
you
is
could...
like under the whole child is under the bed, and that's not the same thing.
No. I mean, potentially you could get your sister to film the youngling.
Potentially.
And then also you don't have any kind of worries about stock footage that isn't properly licensed and whatnot, because
it's mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just decided to do like that half typographical thing.
I mean, mine isn't even really going to be a full story, because it's literally just the first chapter of a future work. But the first chapter should still have a beginning, middle, and end.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not going to wrap up the story, because the story is broader than that.
The story is broader than that. Story is broader than that. I'm not drunk. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was not saying anything. I noticed nothing.
You notice all the things, O sage, who lives up to their name.
I like to say I see all and know nothing.
I see all and know nothing.
In other words, I see what you're doing, but it goes no further.
It goes no further. All of my endings are tragic. All my endings are terrible and horrific and tragic.
Yep.
I am a happy drunk. It is true.
That is awesome. We like happy drunk.
We like happy drunk.
You are not helpful, Pixabay.
Oh, Pixel Bay, yeah.
Go and take a flying leap, Pixabay. See, the problem is, for me, going to be finding stock footage, because it's Gaslamp Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't know if people realize this, but film was not really a big thing back then.
Yep.
So, it's going to be interesting. Also, the few things that I've been able to find for like steampunk, I mean, for Victorian stuff, it all veers to the steampunk.
Mm-hmm.
Or like super goth, and I'm somewhere in between. Like, it's Gaslamp Fantasy, so it's less on the
gothic things and more on the sort of steampunky action.
I mean, Gaslamp is technically a subgenre of steampunk, but it tends to be a little softer, a little less mechanical, a little more on the romantic as in ambience, not romantic as in relationships.
Right.
A a little more gaslight and lace rather than cogs and leather kind of thing.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be interesting to see if I can actually do something with this.
I was thinking of reading my my flash, but it's kind of tricky because I wrote it in second person, just like I do
Right.
with all of my meditations.
Mm-hmm. So
like
you have to not use meditation voice.
I have to like not use meditation voice.
Yeah.
It's more so I gotta not use meditation pace.
Right. That makes sense.
That's the tricky part.
So also I don't know if I've
the dread, but I can't do it for like the action. Like I can't do meditation voice for the action.
I don't know if I mentioned it. I can't remember who I've told and who I haven't. But I had my first voiceover gig this last weekend.
Oh.
And the video is up and I am super stoked. Like, I'm not 100% happy with my performance, but I think for a first timer, I think I did not do too badly.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm super stoked about it.
You want to share it and we play it?
Sure. I just need to get the link.
Yeah.
And they've asked if I would be willing to do more. So obviously they're happy with it.
Nice.
So that is a thing. I am super proud of that. Also, RP is slowly
coming out of his shell.
He's getting better. So we have discussed it. He's not quite ready to come back yet.
Okay, good.
But Here for the Bants will continue, but it will be on a different schedule.
Okay.
Because also in the meantime, I've been accepted to a writing academy.
Right.
So my Mondays for the foreseeable future are totally. So we're going to have to figure that out. And also, I think we're going to go in a slightly different direction. We're still going to have a whole discussion. There's like I don't know that rebrand is the right word, but it's going to be an overhaul. So that's a thing.
Cool.
So I'm really stoked about that. And he was saying that when he's feeling better, he's going to start auditioning for audiobook narration gigs. And he was like, I should do the same thing. And I would like to do that. It's always been something that I wanted to do, but I think I might have to make significant modifications to my office before I can do that. Because of the fact that I share my office space.
Oh, sure.
And I can't be recording for long periods while Mr. Sage is working from home.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to figure out how I'm going to do that. I might need to, like, I don't know, look at getting some Rhino board or something and just partitioning off part of the office.
Could
just
be
as a temporary thing. I don't know. We'll see.
Could be.
Anyway, I put the link in the
private chat. Come on, load.
Yes, Pillow Fort. Unfortunately, I don't currently have enough pillows. But yes, maybe I do have 2 clothing racks that I could potentially like drape a duvet or something over and make a temporary studio.
Right on.
So that is a possibility that I had not previously considered. I definitely need to think about that. Hello and welcome to Hopper's Top 10 Most Expensive and Cheapest Holiday Destinations for 2021. Let's get straight into it. The stats are in, and we've taken a deep dive into the most expensive and the cheapest destinations for the year ahead. Our annual report looks at 100 destinations around the globe to discover the most affordable and the priciest destinations. We'll tell you where to get the most bang for your buck in terms of food and drink, average hotel prices per night, and taxi fares. And we'll also compare unexpected medical costs as well as average currency exchange rates. Excluding flights, New York is topping the charts as the most expensive location this year, with an average cost of £525 per day. The Big Apple was unseated by Grand Cayman last year after a 2-year streak, but now reclaims the title. Las Vegas and Zurich took the second and third spots respectively. As expected, the rest of the top 10 are all in Europe and the Americas, with the exception of Dubai at number 5 and Abu Dhabi at number 4. Tbilisi comes in as the cheapest location at roughly 1/10 of the cost of a stay in New York, just under £57 per day on average. The Georgian capital knocks last year's cheapest destination, Antalya, into second place. Although many of the cheapest destinations are outside of Europe, with the Middle East, Africa, and Latin America all represented on the list, there are some budget-friendly European options on the list, including Kiev and Minsk. Other good destinations for cheap accommodation include Istanbul, Tunis, and Cairo.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking for affordable sundowners, steer clear of the Middle East. Doha, Dubai, and Muscat all come in with an average cost of £15 per cocktail. But the most expensive cocktails, at a whopping £19, are found in Nassau. On the other end of the spectrum, Cape Town has the cheapest cocktails at £2.90, followed by Antalya, Rio de Janeiro, and Tbilisi, all under £3.30. If wine is more your thing, you'll want to stay away from the Middle East and most of Asia. Doha tops the list with the average bottle of vino priced at £28. Jakarta, Bangkok, Abu Dhabi, and Hong Kong round out the top 5, each at more than £20 per bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Buenos Aires continues to serve the cheapest wine at an average of just £2.59 per bottle, with Lisbon and Santiago not far behind. Of course, while you're traveling, you'll need to eat, and that can get pretty pricey. One of the most reliable cost of living indicators is the Big Mac, available almost universally. The ubiquitous burger meal carries a price tag of an astounding £12 in Oslo and remains costly throughout Scandinavia and Europe. Istanbul has the cheapest Big Mac meal at only £2.47, and the burger meal can be purchased for under £2.80 in Moscow, Jakarta, Antalya, and Tunis.
Jakarta for the win.
Zurich tops the chart for most expensive taxi fares again this year, making 5 in a row. The rest of the top 10 is made up of European destinations, with the exception of Sydney, Grand Cayman, and Tokyo. Taxi fares are cheapest in Mumbai, with Cairo and Mexico City coming in a close second and third place. We hope you've found this video insightful and inspirational. Remember to like and subscribe, and book a hopper next time you're traveling.
Woo!
Hello and yeah, so I'm pretty proud of that.
Sorry about that.
That's cool. I obviously didn't do the video editing. I only did the voiceover. But yes, I am pretty proud of that.
I guess Budapest ain't that cheap anymore. I guess that's the thing.
I think Budapest still comes in on a lot of the rankings. Let me just see.
Yeah, the most expensive. So I laughed at £19 per drink.
Mm-hmm.
The most expensive drink I've ever had was $45 for a Black Russian.
Yeah. Look, this is on average.
I know it is.
So they
But,
take all
like,
of the stats.
Take all of it with a grain of salt. I get it.
Yeah.
But
also, this is only
$45 a drink.
It's also only the projections for 2021, and these things fluctuate a lot.
Yes, they do.
And also things like getting drinks in an airport is always going to be more expensive than getting it in a bar. And yeah.
Absolutely. Hi, Daya. Good to see you, love. Doing the things. Oh.
Come on. Why do you not want to open now, you stupid freaking thing? Yes, doll, it is. I mean, it's not part of my job, but it is something that my client approached me to do. Initially as a once-off, but it now sounds like it might be
you could be the voice of Hoppa.
I could be the voice of Hopper. So
cool. I thought your voice was like velvet. It was perfect for the video. Perfect for the video.
Okay, I have had my uwu moment.
Uwu.
Let me see.
Meow.
I'm sure I saw Budapest on the list somewhere.
Come here, baby.
Oh no, that's Bucharest. That's not the same thing.
Come here.
I did see Budapest. Budapest is 10th cheapest for beer.
10th cheapest for beer.
And 4th cheapest for wine.
4th cheapest for wine.
Yep. I was going to say, I'm sure I saw Budapest on the list.
Okay, get some rest, Katerina. I will see you in the morning.
Good night, Katerina.
Good night. I am trying to figure out if I'm clocking out for the night.
It might be about that time.
Especially if I'm getting up at 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you're getting up at 8 o'clock. And I have to keep reminding myself that it is not Friday yet.
It is not Friday yet. It is only Wednesday going into Thursday.
Yeah. So, because I have things scheduled for Friday, but I do not have things scheduled for Thursday. And I keep going, I need to do the things so that I can do the things.
Yeah, but...
And then I don't have to do the things because it's not the day to do the things.
It's not the day to do the things.
So, ... Also,
if doll suddenly disappears, it means they fell asleep.
So, I need to bio break. So, are we coming back?
Let's not and say we did. Let's not. Okay. And thank you all for joining us at 2 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast. If you liked this video at any point, please hit the like button. And if you want to see when I do the next time I do a pop-up like this, then please hit the subscribe button and maybe even ring that bell on the off chance that YouTube actually lets you know when something is uploaded or a live goes off. And we will catch you guys on the flip side.